Former Secretary of State Antony Blinken later suggested in a meeting with USCIRF members, which I was present, that these massacres were caused by climate change, that desperate Fulani herders were simply looking for pasture land. Well, let me be clear, this is not about climate change. It's about a violent extremist ideology that seeks to eliminate Christianity from Nigeria's northern and central regions. The evidence is undeniable. This is systematic religious violence. The U.S. government must act, and they must act now. Nigeria must be redesignated a country of particular concern. The Biden administration's removal of this designation was a reckless mistake that emboldened the very terrorists who are slaughtering Christians. The evidence overwhelmingly meets the legal threshold under the International Religious Freedom Act of 1998, which requires CPC status for governments that engage in or tolerate severe violations of religious freedom.
All right, now the US Congress have just ordered Donald Trump to sanction Nigeria over the constant killings and violence and attack towards Nigerian Christians. In fact, according to statistics, over thousands of Christians have been killed in Nigeria. And so because of this, the US Congress have asked Donald Trump to sanction Nigeria if it doesn't stop. As a matter of fact, a bishop from Nigeria, that is from Benue State, Nigeria, was invited by the US Congress. He went to America, and guess what? He exposed Nigerian government. He exposed Nigeria, saying that yes, it is true that Nigeria have constantly been attacking Christians, that Christians have lost their lives. Now, before I continue, this in detail, I want you guys to, watch this news. Let's watch this news in details, and I'll be back. The U.S. House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee approved sanctions on Nigeria over the widespread killing of Christians and religious violence. The United States House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa has given President Donald Trump the green light to impose stringent sanctions on Nigeria in response to the widespread killing of Christians in the country. The decision followed a congressional hearing on Wednesday, during which lawmakers condemned the Nigerian government for failing to protect Christian communities from escalating violence. The committee also cited a 2024 report by the Observatory for Religious Freedom in Africa, which revealed that Nigerians accounted for 90% of all Christian killed worldwide each year. The report documented that between October 2019 and September 2023, a staggering 55,910 people were killed, while 21,000 others were abducted by terrorist groups operating in the region. During the hearing, Committee Chairman Chris Smith, who highlighted the severity of the crisis, pointed to testimony from Bishop Wilfred Anagbe of the Diocese of Makurdi, Nigeria, as a verbal witness. He said, "One of our distinguished witnesses today, Bishop Wilfred Anagbe, traveled a long distance to be with us, and his testimony is both compelling and disturbing. Militant Fulani herdsmen are terrorists. They steal and vandalize. They kill and boast about it. They kidnap and rape, and they enjoy total impunity from elected officials. None of them have been arrested or brought to justice. Make no mistake, these attacks are religiously motivated," the report stated, adding, "Denying this reality contradicts the overwhelming evidence we have seen with our own eyes. The religious cleansing must stop, and those responsible must be held accountable." The government of Nigeria has made little progress in addressing the persecution of Christians, even though religious freedom is enshrined as a fundamental right in its constitution. While Nigeria's legal framework ostensibly support religious pluralism at both federal and state levels, glaring contradictions persist, particularly in laws that criminalize blasphemy, some of which even carry the death penalty, the subcommittee's report stated. The congregational panel strongly criticized the Nigerian government for failing to address religiously motivated violence despite constitutional protections for religious freedom, expressing concern that the Nigeria's judicial system had been weaponized to suppress Christian communities. The lawmakers cited cases where blasphemy laws have been used to target religious minorities, blaming the previous administration of President Joe Biden for weakening U.S. pressure on Nigeria by removing the country from the Country of Particular Concern (CPC) list. Smith said the designation was originally applied during President Trump's first term. He noted that despite 4 consecutive years of recommendations from the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom (2021 to 2024), the Biden administration had failed to reinstate Nigeria's CPC status. Under President Biden, Nigeria was removed from the CPC list despite overwhelming evidence that religious persecution had worsened. This decision ignored the repeated recommendations of the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom, he said. He called on President Trump to take decisive action, including restoring Nigerian CPC designation and engaging directly with Nigerian President Bola Tinubu to ensure better protection for Christian communities. I fully expect President Trump to redesignate Nigeria as a CPC and to take additional steps to support the persecuted church. Last night, I reintroduced a resolution on this issue, and I hope we will have a robust discussion that leads to real action, he added. He also urged the Trump administration and the U.S. Senate to be prepared to impose sanctions on Nigeria if the violence against Christians continued. All right. Now, honestly, if we are going to be realistic, I think this is really true. You thought that bishop will leave Nigeria. You all think that this bishop will leave Nigeria. A bishop, for that matter, you think that he will go there and tell lie as a bishop? No, he would tell the truth. Let's be realistic. A lot of Christians have been targeted in the church and have been killed over the years, especially in northern Nigeria, especially in the north, in Kaduna. Let's talk about recently a bishop was kidnapped in Kaduna State. Guess what happened? He was kidnapped by a bandit. These bandits, they demanded that he should give some ransom. Despite paying that ransom, these Fulani headsmen and bandits, they killed that bishop. Let's talk about somebody, his name is Jackson, somebody. It happened in Adamawa State. He was in the farm when a Fulani man attacked him. A Fulani man attacked him trying to eat his crop, and he was angry. He fought back and he was able to overpower that Fulani headsman, collected his machete and killed that person in the farm. Now, they took him to court and they said that he's going to face death penalty for somebody that was trying to defend himself. He is a Christian farmer. Let's go back to what happened to Deborah 2022. Yes, just a few years ago. They said because of blasphemy, she was burned to death. All this against Christians. And you see, Christians in Nigeria, they are so very peaceful and quiet because the Bible teaches us not to retaliate. Because of this, there have been constant attacks on churches. They have been killing Christians. Let's be realistic to ourselves. So, now the U.S. Congress have asked Donald Trump that they should put us back on Country of Particular Concern, CPC list. America have a list of countries. They have the list of countries, that they used to observe. You understand? If they have any fault, they will observe. If they have any fault, they will sanction those people. Now, if America is even trying to sanction Nigeria now, guess who will suffer? It is the citizens. We, Nigerians, are still going to suffer it. Okay, because if you are trying to sanction Nigerians not to come to America, because yes, at the end of the day, they will try to make it very hard for you to get visa. That is the sanction they are talking about. During Donald Trump's first tenure, that was the same thing he did. It was during Joe Biden administration that they were able to remove Nigeria from that CPC list, country of particular concern. Now they want to put Nigeria back on that country that America will give them close marking. They will be on watch list. So if they are trying to put us back on those lists, they are trying to sanction us, it is Nigerians that will suffer. They will not give us visa to America. Okay, how about, since it is Christians being affected, how about giving Christians visa easily to go to America? Yes. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just thinking out loud. Because if you are trying to sanction Nigeria now, our leaders will never be affected. Our government will not be affected. Because most of our government officials, from the president to the rest, all of them, I'm very sure they have visas, they have passports of another country. They are citizens in another country. They have the money to buy, passports here and there. So even if America sanctions them, they can still travel to any country they want. They don't have issue. It is still the common Nigeria that will suffer. Do you understand this? So this is just to our government to wake up and fix the issue of Christians being killed in Nigeria. This is too much. We have so many great things happening in the country, but this is becoming too much, especially in northern Nigeria. So anyway, I'm going to stop here. If you have any information, or you have any comments to drop, kindly drop it in the comment section. Is this a good move by Donald Trump? Was that bishop right? That Nigerian bishop, was he right to go to America and expose Nigeria the more? Please kindly let us know what you think. My name is Marvin Manuel. Until the next time, I can't wait to see you. Peace out. I am out.